If high schools are supposed to support all of their high school sporting events, why is high school rodeo being left out? I believe that high school rodeo should be treated just as any other high school sport. In order to compete in high school rodeo, you must have the same qualifications as to compete in any other sport. In order to rodeo, you have to have passing grades and you have to be in good standings with the community and the school. Along with these, you have to have a signed paper from either your superintendent or your principal that states you have passed these qualifications. Failure to do either of these results in not only being able to compete in one or two rodeos, it results in being unable to compete for the whole year. All other sports you see have school support and funding, such as their jerseys, and most of their uniforms will be paid for, and all the equipment that they will need is mostly paid for, along with the facilities that they need to practice. Whereas in rodeo, you're on your own for all of your attire and all of your needs of transportation. And schools you also see have all kinds of support from the school, such as being broadcasted so everyone else can see, and being sponsored by places around the town. Their school goes out and finds sponsors for them, where they don't do that for rodeo. High school rodeo also does not get recognized for all of their athletic achievements, as you would call them. If you make it to state in any other sport in high school, you get recognized as, placing at state or making it into regions, whereas you can make it to, say, even nationals, and you get no recognition from the actual school. At the end of the year, most schools have an athletic achievement banquet where you see students get recognized for making it to state in an event or even just being a good athlete, whereas in rodeo you don't get any of that recognition as you would if you were in a school sport that is sponsored by the school. Rodeo is indeed an SDHSAA activity, which makes it the same as any other school sport, which means they should get just as much recognition as any other sport, yet you still don't see it. You also see students putting in their own time for rodeo, because it may not be during the school year, but that doesn't mean that it shouldn't be supported by our school. Students put in their own time in order to better themselves into their sport, and they put countless hours into working with their animals and working to better themselves in order to make it to state in the Shorego and nationals, yet you don't see any recognition from the school. So rodeo, I believe, takes just as much time and effort to compete in as any other sport. You also have all of the same qualifications as any other sport, yet you see little to no funding and support from a lot of the schools, and you also do not get recognized for athletic achievements in a lot of the schools. This is why I feel that rodeo should be treated much more like a high school sport than it is in most schools.